In this video, we would understand long division of big whole numbers. Let's learn it with examples. Let's say we have to divide 32817 with 9. We know this is called the dividend. Dividend means the number that will go inside. That's this place. And this is called the divisor. This will go outside. Now for long division, we have to consider dividing the numbers that are inside one by one. So first of all, we would see, can we divide 3 with 9? Or do we see 3 in the table of 9? Because 3 is smaller than 9, then definitely we would not be able to see 3 in the table of 9. Therefore, we would consider both 3 and 2 together so that it becomes a 32. Now we would think, is there a number that is close to 32 in the table of 9? And that number has to be smaller than 32. We know 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. Now both of these numbers are close to 32 in the table of 9. However, we always take the smaller number because we have to subtract in division and we can only put the smaller number underneath the given number. So 9 at what place? The place goes here. That's this number. 9 times 3 is 27, and then we subtract both of these numbers. We would do regrouping because we have to take away 7 from a 2. So it's 12 minus 7, which is 5. 2 minus 2 is a 0. So we're just left with 5 as a remainder for now in this particular case. Now we would have to bring the next number down, that is 8, and the number becomes a 58. So we would further divide this given number 58 with 9. We know 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6 is 54. So we do not have to write down the table. This can run in our brain if we are thorough with the tables. 9 times 7 is 63. Therefore, we see 54 is the number that is closest and smaller than 58. What spot do we see this number is 6? So 9 times 6 is 54. Now we have to subtract both of these numbers. We get 8 minus 4 is a 4. 5 minus 5 is 0. So we need not put any here. Then we bring this number down 1. So we can see here as we have to divide 41 with 9. So 9 times 4 is 36. Subtracted. 41 minus 36 is a 5. When we bring the 7 down, we again put 9 times 6 is 54 and the remainder is 3. We do not have anything else left after this, so this is our final remainder. The answer to this question is 3646, so this is always the answer. We write down the answer as 3646. And the remainder that we've got is 3. And that's how we do long division of big numbers. Let's do another question for the sake of practice. Let's divide this number with a 6. Again, we would write it in the same way as we did the previous one. 48351 inside the division bracket and 6 is outside. Now we know the table of 6 contains 48. We would not go with 4 first because again 4 is smaller than 6. We know 4 cannot get divided by 6. So we would consider 48. 6 times 8 is 48. When we subtract it, we get a 0. Now we bring this 3 down. When we bring this 3 down, we notice that we cannot divide this number that we have brought down with 6 because this number is smaller than 6. And we are not left with any remainder here that can make this number a bigger number. Therefore, this 3 would need another number's help, and that is the number that is on the right side. We would bring that number down too. So always remember, when you bring two numbers down at the same level in division, before proceeding and dividing the given number, we always put a 0 there. And then we proceed further. So now we think, what number multiplied by 6 will give us a number 32 or less than 32? We know 6 times 5 is 30. When we subtract, we get a 2, and it will continue further the same way as we did in the previous question. So we bring this 5 down, and we get 25. 6 times 4 is a 24. Subtract, get 1. Bring this 1 down. We get an 11. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, and 5 is the remainder. So answer that we got is 80541 with remainder 5. So an important thing that we have to note here is this step. When we bring two numbers down at the same level, we put 1 0 before proceeding. If we would have to put three numbers down at the same level, then we would have to put in 2 zeros before proceeding further. We can take it in a different way as well if we want to understand it in a different way, and that is when we bring this number 3 down, then we see that this number cannot get divided by 6. Therefore, we put a 0. Now, in order to proceed further and to continue the division, we have to further bring the next number down, and that would make this number 3 a 32. So now we can continue division further. 6 times 5 is a 30. When we subtract, we get a 2. Bring this 5 down. 6 times 4 is a 24. Subtract, get a 1. Bring this 1 down. 6 times 1 is a 6. Subtract, and we get 5 as the remainder. So answer is still the same, it's just that we are thinking in a different way how to put this 0. Therefore the answer is 80541 and the remainder is 5. And this is how we do long division with big whole numbers, and the same procedure continues even if we have bigger numbers than these, or if we have 2 digits here instead of 1 digit. The only difference is that if we do not know the table of 2-digit number, then we can use our calculator to find out the numbers that can be placed underneath.